Kentucky, quack, quack. Fatality.
Hello everyone, it's me, John Avera, and welcome back to Neurodiverse Investment Success. And let's get into Evolve episode 22 to episode 24, because this is where things really heat up. So let's get right into it. So the first match was Bryce Donovan versus Market Matters. And it's a really decent match, solid classic opener. Two men started out with lockups, showing good technical chemistry. Bryson used his power early, taking control, hitting a huge body slam. Marcus fight back nicely with a crossbody, but quickly Bryce Donovan shifted the momentum sit-in. Marcus face first into the ring post, and then hitting him with a pop-up powerbomb and a black hole slam for the win. Nice opener, and both of them really do good based off of it. Then backstage, we have Sean Legacy saying that he's tired of KVU taking out the ID program students, and he took out Timothy Thatcher, so like Sean Legacy is going to get payback for Timothy in the main event. So we have to see how that all plays out. Then Kail Armstrong comes out, calling out Jin Tala, saying, if you want a match so bad, then come on, face me like a woman. Don't backstab me. Don't attack me from the back. And then out of nowhere, Trya Mae Steeles from LFG Season 1 winner comes out saying that she deserves the Women Evolve Championship. Then Jin Tala comes out. They kind of get all in a feud, and Trya Mae says, well, I won LFG. You got eliminated. So that made Jin Tala mad, so they all end up in a big brawl. But next episode, we get Kail Armstrong versus Jin Tala in a killer match. So I'm going to talk about that next episode, but let's finish this episode. Then we have Jack Cartwheel versus Jamar Hampton. This one was fun and straight up high flying, showcasing both men. Fast flips, dodges, revolves, the whole like Evolve type of matchup, really fast paced. Jack hits a beautiful springboard, landed into a drop kick, nearly getting the win. He tries putting Hampton in an arm lock, but Hampton powers out and hits a power slam for a 2 count, but then It's Gal shows up, distracting Hampton, letting Jack Cartwheel hit not a Cartwheel for the win. And we're going to see pretty much It's Gal and Jamar Hampton maybe have a friendship. We don't know. I'm going to talk about that soon, but it gets really interesting. Then we have Zora Zachary backstage in an interview saying that she's been on a losing streak, but she's ready to come back better than ever because she feels like she was one of the top women to evolve, but she kind of fell through the ranks, so she want to get back. So we have to see how Zora Zachary does with her comeback. Then we get KVU versus Sean Legacy in pretty much a squash match. That was surprising, but KVU obliterated Sean Legacy. Sean Legacy tried his best, but KVU demolished it and finished it off with a massive slam. KVU continues to dominate, and I'm going to talk about it. He was in the under main event in episode 23, but he also dominates. So let's go into episode 23. We're on episode 23, and this is, like, guys, Evolve is getting so good. So we start off with Kail Armstrong demanding her match against Jin Tala. So Jin Tala comes out. They end up brawling. Stevie Turner comes out. She's like, you guys want the match so badly. It's supposed to be a main event. Never mind. It's the match. And we start off with the Women Evolve Championship. I love how the Women's Championship is getting defended, and it brings more prestige. But Kail Armstrong and Jin Tala went at it. They went back and forth with stick, kicks, punches. Jin Tala hits a 619 Rey Mysterio style. And she hit the bonsai tree submission, almost getting Kail to tap out multiple times. But at the end, Kail hit the Kail connector for the win. After Kail says who's her next opponent, she's ready to beat up the division. She kind of gives me Ryback vibes, like he just ate, destroy, repeat. Like she's on that like momentum. Then Karmen Petrovic from NXT shows up, and I'm really happy about this because Karmen Petrovic is a really good wrestler, and they don't use her a lot in NXT. So seeing her in Evolve is really good. So I cannot wait. And then backstage, we have Vanity Project complaining that Bryce Donovan lost and how they're not being top dogs no more. They used to be teaming up with Ethan Page, used to be on NXT. Now they're on a losing streak thanks to Bryce Donovan. And Bryce Donovan says, no worries, because Zayda Steeles have a match against Layla Diggs next episode, as well as Swipe Right has a match 2 weeks, 2 episodes down the line. And Stripe White does not look happy, and Vanity Project is mad as well because it's like Bryce Donovan is kind of being leader, even though Jackson Drake is the leader. So I cannot wait to see how that storyline unfolds. And then we get some really big news. So the first WWE ID Women's and ID Men's Champion was crowned in the Indies. So it was Kylie Rae and Cappuccino Jones. So congratulations, that's a big one for them. And the whole point of the ID Championship is they're defended around the Indies. And people who are not part of the ID program, if they win the title, they get an opportunity for a contract. Not just that, people in the ID program get help with ring gear, promo training, wrestling training. So it's a really good program, and I cannot wait to see this title defended more on the Indies. It's really cool. And I kind of like the idea of this program. Then we get Karmen Petrovic backstage talking to Stevie Turner. And pretty much she's like saying to Stevie, like, oh, like, that is true. I am so sorry that you didn't get your rematch because she had a match with Kail Armstrong at NXT a couple weeks before that, but something happened and the match got disqualified. Carmen's like, yeah, I want my rematch. Then Trya Mae Steeles come in complaining, and Carmen's like, what you gonna do about it? And Stevie's like, you know what? Let's have a woman eliminator. So pretty much Karmen and Trya Mae is going to have a match next episode, and the winner moves on because there's a couple more woman eliminator matches. But I don't know the other competitors. I cannot wait to see what does the other brackets look like. Then we get Wendy Chu versus Curly Bright in a really good match. And Wendy Chu always creepy. Curly Bright fought back. Kendall Gray got involved, distracting Wendy Chu to let Curly Bright hit a cartwheel on the outside and then a roll up and back in the ring multiple times. Did not work. But then Wendy Chu hits a goodnight sleeper hold to Curly Bright while looking at Kendall Gray laughing. So this feud is building up between Kendall Gray and Wendy Chu, and I cannot wait. Then we have an interview backstage with Tate Wild. So Tate Wild is kind of just talking about how he's been on a losing streak. He debuted and he lost his first match. And then Brooks Jensen says, you should just quit because you suck. And he's like, let me have a match against you next episode. And Tate Wilder's luck just goes downhill after this. And we will get to that. Then we get Dante Chen in a promo, and he talks about why he went back to Evolve. He was in NXT, he got injured, so he came to Evolve to get a chance. And people like Idiots Edoff thinks that they can steal chances from people like him. He wants to do the same thing as Edoff. He wants to make a name for himself. So he challenges Edoff to a match next episode, and it was a pretty good match. And then we get the main event for episode 23, and it was pretty much a big man brawl. So we had Kevu Garner versus Bryce Donovan. Those two went at it. Monsters back and forth. Bryce Donovan came in hot, hitting Fury's punches, clothesline slams, but Kevu just came back like a monster. And at the end, Kevu just finished him with a massive shoulder tackle. Vanity Project is still on a losing streak. This is not good, but Kevu keeps rising to the top, so we have to see how this all plays out. Now on to the last episode of my review for this week. Now on to the last episode of Evolve that I'm reviewing this week. So we start off with Brooks Jensen and Tate Wilder in a match, old school wrestling, brawling. Tate got knocked down a couple times, but Tate fought back. Hit into solid strikes, but Brooks Jensen literally pushes him into the ring post, hitting two big clotheslines for the win. But then out of nowhere, Jordan Oasis comes in to beat the hell out of Brooks Jensen for leaving him behind in a tag team match. I like it, and the storyline continues. And then we get some backstage segments. So pretty much Wendy Chu is laughing, watching the video of her match against Curly Bright, and just reacting to how Kendall Gray saw her beat up her friend. So the storyline still continues. And what do Wendy Chu have planned? Then we have a Jordan and Drip backstage talking about the tag team division is getting hot, but they're the hottest tag team. And then new signees for Evolve, Jax and Hurley says, no, we're the biggest guys in Evolve and we're the best tag team. So let's have a match to see who's the better tag team. So we will see that down the line. Then we have Dante Chen versus Idiot Edoff in a pretty funny but really good match. So Idiot starts off taking off the ring post when he was doing his entrance, like the turnbuckle, and then they start off brawling, and then Dante Chen almost go flying into the ring post, but the referee sees it, and then he tells Edoff, like, did you do this? And Idiot is like, no, I didn't. You know, great comedy spot. Did a great brawl. Great back and forth. Dante Chen hits a double wing clipper. That was good. But then Edolf tries to cheat again. He gets caught. And out of nowhere, Dante hits a spinning power bomb. And then the silk touch finisher for the match. Really good. And I like the chemistry. Hopefully this feud continues. Then we get Tate Wilder backstage. And he's upset that he lost his match again. And then Rich Holland says, wow, you lost 2 matches in a row. This is sad. And Tate Wilder says, what about if I can beat you? So that's a match down the line. Tate Wilder keep getting lost, and then people keep telling him he's losing, so he's challenging people. Really interesting. And that leads into the match of Layla Diggs versus Zayda Steele. So pretty diva-ish. They both brawled, pulled hair. Zayda was showing off right away. But then Lola Diggs got her leg pulled by Donovan. He got caught by the referee once. And then great back and forth. Layla hits a great crossbody neck breaker, but then again, Donovan interferes. He gets escorted by ringside. Zayda Steeles is confused, and Lola Diggs hit a stand-in Lola split for the win. Pretty much a stand-in suplex going downwards for the win. Pretty good match. And we will see how the loss of Zayda Steeles still brings more drama into Vanity Project. Then we end the night off with the women eliminator match with Karmen Petrovic and Trya Mae Steeles. And these women went at it. Okay, Trya started flinging Karmen around. Karmen came back with her karate combo kicks. Trya did like a cool surfboard submission, but at the end, Karmen hits a rolling kick and advances for the Women Evolve Championship. So I cannot wait. That's pretty much my review for Evolve this week. So hopefully you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on all platforms. So like we have YouTube, we have Instagram, we have TikTok. It will be down below. And hopefully you guys are enjoying these Evolve reviews because I've been liking them. So I cannot wait to review the next one. And I'll see you guys next time.